Love X Revenge. Welcome to Love X Revenge, where love is tested in silence, broken in shadows, and reborn through truth. He beat her every day, not always with his fists, but with words sharp enough to cut skin, with looks that froze her breath, with rules that wrapped around her life like chains. At first, he told her it was love. Then he said it was discipline. Later, he stopped explaining at all. Pain became routine, as ordinary as morning light creeping through cracked curtains. Her name was Anna, though in that house names were rarely spoken. She learned to move quietly, to breathe softly, to exist in a way that wouldn't provoke him. Each bruise had a story he forced her to memorize for the outside world. She fell down the stairs. She hit a door. She was clumsy. He smiled while rehearsing the lies with her, correcting her tone, demanding eye contact. He wanted to break her. That much was clear. He wanted to see the moment when her eyes stopped resisting, when her voice no longer trembled with unsaid words. He believed that if he applied enough pressure, she would become exactly what he wanted, obedient, empty, grateful for his mercy. But Anna was not empty. She was quiet, and he mistook that for weakness. At night, when he slept heavily, satisfied with his cruelty, she lay awake counting breaths, counting days. In her mind, she built a second life, one he could not touch. She remembered who she had been before him, a woman who laughed loudly, who trusted easily, who believed love did not hurt. He tried to erase that woman, but memories are stubborn things. They hide, they wait. The neighbors heard arguments sometimes, sharp and sudden, then silence. Silence was his favorite sound. Silence meant control. He worked hard to maintain appearances, shaking hands, smiling at gatherings, speaking proudly of his wife. People admired his confidence, his authority. No one saw the way Anna flinched when he raised his hand to adjust his collar. She tried to leave once. Packed a small bag, hid it behind the trash bins. He found it before she could reach the door. That night, he didn't shout. He didn't need to. His calm was worse. He told her she was nothing without him, that no one would believe her, that the world was crueler than he was. By morning, she believed him, or at least pretended to. Something changed after that. He became more careful, more calculated. The beatings were quieter, more precise. He learned how to hurt without leaving marks that lasted too long. He learned how to apologize in ways that sounded convincing to others. Flowers appeared after bruises faded. Gifts followed tears. The cycle tightened. Then, one morning, she was gone. No note. No broken window. Her clothes still in the closet, her shoes by the door. The bed untouched. At first, he was furious. He smashed things, shouted her name, cursed her weakness. How dare she leave without permission? How dare she think she could disappear? Hours passed. Then a day. Then two. The anger shifted into something else. Unease. He called her phone repeatedly, listening to it ring somewhere unreachable. He contacted friends she barely spoke to anymore. No one had seen her. He went to the police, playing the concerned husband, voice trembling just enough. They asked routine questions. He answered smoothly. At night, the house felt different. Too big, too quiet. Silence, once his ally, now pressed against him. He slept poorly, waking at every sound. He imagined footsteps that weren't there, doors opening, whispers in the dark. Weeks passed. There was no trace of her. No bank activity. No messages. It was as if she had dissolved into air. Then the letters started. The first arrived without a return address. Inside was a single photograph. Him, standing in the kitchen, taken from an angle he didn't recognize. On the back, written in neat handwriting, were 3 words, "You missed me." His hands shook. He told himself it was a joke, a prank, someone trying to scare him. But deep down, he knew. Anna had never truly been invisible. She had been watching. More letters followed. Details only she could know. Dates. Words he had said in anger, repeated back to him. Times. Places. Each envelope peeled away a layer of his confidence. He stopped smiling at work. He checked locks twice, then 3 times. He jumped at shadows. Then came the truth. One evening, a final package arrived. Inside was a flash drive and a note. Just watch. He sat alone in the dark, heart pounding, and pressed play. The screen filled with footage. Hidden cameras. Audio recordings. Him shouting. Him striking. Him threatening. Every lie, every blow, every moment he thought was unseen. The recordings were dated, catalogued, precise. He realized then that her silence had never been surrender. It had been preparation. The last video showed Anna sitting in a well-lit room, calm, composed. No bruises. No fear in her eyes. "I didn't disappear," she said softly. "I escaped. And I made sure the truth came with me." The next day, the police returned, not with questions, but with warrants. The evidence was overwhelming. Too clean to deny. Too detailed to explain away. The man who believed he controlled everything found himself stripped of power in a matter of hours. As they led him away, neighbors watched in shock. The perfect image shattered. Whispers replaced admiration. Anna never returned to that house. She didn't need to. Her life waited elsewhere, built not on revenge, but on freedom. Yet there was justice in knowing he finally understood what it felt like to lose control, to be watched, to be afraid. He had tried to break her every day. Instead, she broke the silence. And when she vanished, he learned the truth too late. The strongest revenge is survival, and the quiet ones are often the most dangerous when they finally decide to leave.